What is personal branding and why 99% of business owners get it wrong? So what in the heck is personal branding, right? I never really talked about this. I just kind of assumed that everybody understood. But today we're going to do a full breakdown of what personal branding is and isn't. So you stop getting it wrong, because a lot of business owners are getting it wrong. All right, for those of y'all who don't know who I am, I'm FedEx Fearless. Took my personal brand to 7 figures using content marketing and social media right here on YouTube, on my main YouTube channel, over 600,000 followers, Instagram, over 600,000 followers, TikTok, over 900,000 followers. So I'm very well versed with using social media, personal branding, content marketing to scale to a 7-figure business. And now I'm here teaching you guys how to do the same thing. Okay, so what's the big issue? The big issue is that most business owners think a personal brand is posting on LinkedIn, right? And attending networking events. A lot of people don't understand what personal branding is, right? It's not posting updates on LinkedIn. Hey, I'm doing this now. Hey, our business is doing this now. Hey, we just switched our name to this. Hey, we're switched our logo to this. That's not personal branding. Neither is it going to random events, connecting, giving people your business card, talking about what you guys are working on, and you think that's personal branding. That is not personal branding. You're just wasting your time, right? A personal brand is a lot deeper than that, okay? What it's not, let's talk about what it's not. Let's go deeper on what it's not. It's not about going viral. A lot of business owners think that's what it is. That's why they're so, they get so confused. I see so many businesses on the internet copying the TikTok trends, thinking that views are going to mean income, and then their businesses are going to shit. Businesses are literally hiring content departments, hiring social media influencers to come and make content for them, thinking that's going to make them more money. They're over there doing TikTok dances and shit, and no more income is coming into the business. So it's not about going viral. That is completely wrong. Views do not equal money. As a business owner, you should already know that, all right? It's not about being an influencer either. Stop hiring these influencers to come work in your business that don't know what the hell a business is or how a business is supposed to be run, okay? It's not about influencing the world and people looking at you as some historical figure. No, it's not about personal development posts either, right? Or day in the life vlogs, right? It's not about going viral. It's not about being an influencer. It's not about personal development or day in the life vlogs. This is not your story. A personal brand is you as the business owner solving a specific problem for a specific target avatar. You are not the hero. Okay? A lot of businesses use personal branding. They think it's, how do I tell the world about me? Me. My business, no, it's not. Nobody cares. Okay? What it actually is, right? Personal branding is positioning yourself as the obvious choice in your industry and sub-niche. This is what personal branding is. Positioning yourself as the obvious choice in your industry and sub-niche. When customers go to make a decision, human beings vote with their dollars. They don't vote with their clicks. They don't vote with their views. They don't vote with their likes. They don't vote with their shares. That's where a lot of businesses are going wrong with this personal branding thing. They vote with their money. When it's time to spend money, where do they go? Right? You might not see Amazon making a viral post, but when it comes time for you to buy something online and you want it at your house tomorrow, where are you going to go? Amazon. When it comes time for you to go get a nice car or go get something, you're going to where you believe you're going to get the best service. So don't let social media fool you. Don't let the world fool you to thinking that, hey, the actions of people online necessarily correlate with their buying decisions. A personal brand is positioning yourself as the obvious choice, right? When people go to take out their credit card and say, here's my money, where do they go? That's what you should be paying attention to as a business owner. right? You figure out what your sub niche is. Who are you going to target? Who are you going to help? You now want to position yourself as the brand that when they want this problem solved, when your community of people, when your sub niche wants a specific problem solved, they come to you. It should be no questions asked, right? If you knew that tomorrow you needed something, let's say, you just think about it, I'm just using this example. If you needed, let's say you needed a table or a glass, a piece of glass, or whatever it is that you want to buy, and you said, hey, there's all these different companies and e-commerce brands online, TikTok shop, all this stuff, but tomorrow I need this glass base for my decoration of my home or whatever. You'll go on Amazon. The reliability, the consistency, that's what positions them as the brand authority. That's what makes them the obvious choice. So remove the gimmicks, remove the tricks. What are people spending their money on? Okay? Now, why do most business owners fail? They think that the company logo and their mission, right? Our mission, our company's mission is enough for customers to trust them. A lot of business owners are hiding behind their logo and company mission. And they think that in itself is why what people should buy. I get on calls with brands and they tell me, I just have this great idea. And my business is gonna be revolutionary. I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do this. You're not asking yourself, what does the customer get? People get so tied into what they want their brand to be about. They get so tied into what the emotional investment that they've put into their business that they forget that at the end of the day, it's the customer's buying decision that's going to determine whether your brand is successful or not, whether your brand stays afloat or not. Right? Let's look at the restaurant industry, for instance, right? These restaurant owners, they just repeat the same mistakes over and over and over again. They go open up a new shop. Oh, it's been my dream to open up my favorite restaurant. I've always wanted to open up a restaurant. They go open up a restaurant in a block with 50 other restaurants. They don't stand out because they have been so, oh my God, I've always wanted to create my own restaurant business. 6 months in, they going bankrupt. 1 year in, they're out of business. Remove yourself from this. It's not about you. Take what you want and desire out of branding. It's what the customer is going to need. Amazon prides themselves on customer deliverability, making the customer the top priority. This is how your brand can get way past 6 figures. You can go to 7 figures and beyond. What does the customer desire? What is their buying decision that I can tie my brand as the viable solution to? Okay? Your mission statement, your logo, it's not going to cut it. It's not going to make people trust you. It's damn sure ain't going to make people buy from you. They don't give a fuck. So you might as well forget that. All right? Next, the real formula. Okay? What's the formula for getting a premium personal brand? Strategic authority positioning plus a scalable influence engine plus a high ticket monetization structure equals premium long-term brand. I'm going to walk through these real quick for you guys. Okay, it's 3 different components to this. The goal is to get a premium long-term brand. Okay, first up is strategic authority positioning. You have to position yourself strategically with content. You have to understand the customer buyer's journey. Non-aware, aware, considering decisions, making a buying decision, right? And then advocacy. What is the customer going to go through when they're considering products? You have to base your content around that. You have to strategically position yourself as a brand, right, that is going to be the authority for the specific problem you're helping your customer, your ideal avatar solve. How do you position your brand? How do you do this exactly? You make content that sticks. You make content that eliminates, right, their limiting beliefs. You make content that shows them alternative ideas, alternative positioning, alternative thoughts. How does my client, how does my avatar, how can I take them to become aware of this problem that they don't even realize that they have? Once they do become aware, how do I position my brand as the brand that they're going to go to make a buying decision? That comes with visual identity. You have to have a great visual identity. It's not about looking perfect. It's about looking like you know what the fuck you're talking about. It's about separating yourself from the competition, right? By picking your unfair advantage. Okay? That's what strategic authority positioning is. I'm not gonna just make content like everybody else. I'm gonna position my brand as the brand that people are gonna come in and say, you know what? When it comes to that specific problem, I'm gonna go to them every single time. That's the beautiful thing about using content, right, in personal branding. Next is a scalable influence engine. How do you scale? It's not just about making content and grinding through and just uploading videos, because that's not sustainable. You got to get to the point where your content can almost make itself, or you have formulas where your content can be replicated by the people you train. Right? A well-defined team. A team that understands your mission in terms of what the content needs to look like for people to go through that customer journey and pick your product. Every single time somebody lands on your social media pages, they should be good. They are every single visitor on your social media pages is at any one of those stages. They're either considering solutions, they're ready to make a buying decision, which is the last place on the ladder before they actually make a decision, right? They are unaware of the problem, and then they are aware of the problem. So when somebody lands on your page, are they unaware of what problem your specific brand can solve? Your job is to make pieces of content deliberately for those people. Okay? Are they aware of the problem, but they're not ready to make a decision yet? Your job as the brand is to make content that makes the people who are aware of the problem start to take decisions. This is where you put in the scarcity in the content. Hey, you've been thinking about making this life change. How long are you going to wait? And then if they are aware and they're ready to make the buying decision, how do you position yourself as a brand to separate yourself from other brands so they pick yours? That system needs to be structured. That system needs to be dialed in, and it needs to be taught. So when you are training your editors, your VAs, right, your assistants, they understand how that content can flourish so you can remove yourself as a business owner and work in the business, right? You remove yourself from working in the business, my bad, and on the business. You don't want to be in the business forever. If you're in the business, you can't work on it. So at a certain point, you want to be scalable. So you can work on a business. You can have the systems within it operating well. So you're directing and coordinating. You're like the orchestra. Hey, this goes here. Like, you have to understand this. If not, your business is going to go to shit. It will never grow. A high ticket monetization structure. Stop positioning your brand as low ticket nonsense. Position your brand as a premium service. You want to provide transformations. Low ticket gives information. High ticket gives a transformation. High ticket customers don't want more information. They don't want fluff. They want clarity and they want transformation. You're watching my channel because you want to take your business past 6 figures, right? I don't need gimmicks and tricks. I'm giving you solutions to your problems. That's the same thing that a buyer who's ready to spend their money is going to be thinking. So if you're positioning your brand with low ticket, right, and you're not giving the buyer any transformation type offers, then it's going to be tough for you. You're going to always need volume to keep selling low ticket. Okay? You combine those 3 things, you're going to have a premium long-term brand. Okay, listen, if you want help with creating this, because it's gonna take some time. All right, it's not easy to do, but that's the formula. If you want me to help you implement the formula, you want me to help you create the formula so your business flourishes, gets past 10K and up a month, right? You can have strategic authority positioning, a scalable influence engine, and monetization structures that are high ticket so you can have that premium long-term brand. Link in the description and pin comments, right? We have an inner circle. Our company, Scale the Brand, right? Scale your brand, helps businesses take their brand to the next level using content marketing and social media. Link in the description and pin comments. Apply for the Inner Circle mentorship. Let's see if we'll get fit to work together. Okay? Common mistakes. Let's end with this. Trying to look corporate instead of authentic. Copying competitors, right? And relying on paid ads. I should have used a different marker for this. Number one, trying to look corporate instead of authentic. A lot of businesses, they think the more polished I look, the better, right? You want to have a great visual identity, but you want to make sure you look as authentic as possible. That's where the branding comes in. People want to see your failures. They want to see your struggles. They're tired of copy and fucking paste. People are tired of copy and paste. They don't want copy and paste anymore. They want, hey, authenticity. They want to know that these are real people. You have real struggles just like them. That's where the alignment comes in. Copying competitors. Listen, stop copying people who are in their year 10 and you're in your year 1. Or you're in your year 1 and they're on their year 10. Right? You got to understand that the competitors you're copying are experiencing different things, and you copying them is not an advantage for you. You got to figure out what your advantage is, your unfair advantage is, and play on that. Your competitors have their unfair advantages. Figure out where they have gaps in their delivery, their gaps in their fulfillment, and see how you can take that and put it into yours. Okay? And then relying just on paid ads. So many businesses make this crucial mistake where their whole monetization structure is on just paid ads only. They pay agencies. You probably made that mistake, right? You pay media buyers to go run ads for you, hoping they're just going to fix your problems. Well, guess what? Media buyers, content agencies, guess what? They don't understand the power of personal branding. This is coming from somebody who's been building his personal brand for 8 years. Started off as a personal trainer, started making content about that, evolved into a self-development and dating coach, and now I'm teaching how I did it over the last 7 years. Paid ads alone, yes, they can make you money, but they require money. You know this. Advertising requires money. Scaling through content allows you to retarget that audience and helps your conversions. If you're relying just on paid ads, you're going to have to keep putting in to get out. Put a lot of energy on content marketing. So when you do run ads, your ads are more effective. They're cheaper for you to get higher conversions. The customers can see that they come through your page and they're going to get nurturing. They're going to get actual solutions. People are tired of being sold to. They want to deal with real people. That's where the content comes in. Your content will make your ads more efficient. If you just rely on ads, guess what? The ad is going to break eventually. You're going to have to spend money. You're going to have to start over. Why not dedicate the fucking time to making content marketing work for you so the ads work even easier for you? Our ads can crush it because why? I have hundreds of pieces of content. I have authority online. So when people see an ad of mine, they can just go to my page. Just think about the customer journey. If somebody's unaware, that's what I was talking about. If somebody's unaware of a problem that they have and you are running an ad trying to make them aware of your products and services, then they click that sponsored bubble and they see no post or they see 10 posts, they immediately lose trust. You're relying on your landing page where you can use the platform. Let's say I'm running ads on YouTube. If I'm running ads on YouTube, they can literally click my profile, see tons of videos, tons of engagement. Creates incredible authority. which makes them not only consume that content, but pushes them down the ladder to look at my products and services as the viable option, which make my ads convert better, which makes our cost per click lower, which makes our CPAs lower, cost per acquisitions lower, because I focused on building the authentic brand using content marketing. If you want help with this, like I said, link in the description. Our company, Scale the Brand, right? Scale your brand, helping businesses take their brands to 10K and up a month, right? Profit, and we can help you as well. Okay, link in the description, pin comments, apply for the Inner Circle mentorship. I'll get back with you guys next time.